I'm LaToya Bates, and it's Thanksgiving Eve, and I know many of us are up trying to figure out how to make a decent turkey for Thanksgiving tomorrow. So I thought I would share my secret recipe to make a perfect turkey every time. And trust me, it's so easy you can almost do it in your sleep. So let's talk turkey. Now, if this is your first time looking at a turkey, I'm sorry. But there's quite a few things that you need to do before you get going. I just kind of gave it a good rinse. And as you start getting ready to prepare your turkey, you're going to notice that it comes with a whole bunch of goodies. Now there's a turkey neck and gizzards and other parts that are stuffed inside. Now the first time I made a turkey, I did not quite know, check all of the cavities, and I baked some livers inside. Not a huge problem, but did affect my cook time, and some of my bird was not quite right. The next year I tried to correct and ended up with a bird that was just a little bit tough and dry. And it took me many, many years to kind of get it right. But some people tell you the turkey is good to go out of the wrapper. I just prefer to give mine a little rinse. And then, boom, she's ready. Isn't she cute? What I like to do is take a little butter. Well, I use about a stick of butter. Let it become room temperature, and you can kind of smear it around a bit. And I rub the butter all over the turkey, giving a lot of attention to the breast. I make sure to put some inside of this cavern. I like to use just plain salt and pepper and a little garlic because I love garlic. Now we have our turkey all buttered up and seasoned. And I just took 2 pieces of aluminum foil, put it around our roasting pan, and you could do the same thing if you're using a pan like this. You just put the foil around. If you have a big piece of foil that covers your whole pan, good for you, I don't. So you can use that, but if you need to do 2 or even 3 pieces of foil, depending on the size that you have, just make sure that you crimp around the edges because you don't want the steam to escape. I set my oven at 200 degrees. It just preheated because I'm starting this at about 11 o'clock. I'm not going to pull it out until everyone's awake tomorrow at about 7 a.m. And at that time, I'll take it out. I'll give it a good baste. You can use a turkey baster if you have one. You can use a big cooking spoon or a tablespoon and just take the juices from around the turkey, which should be beautiful and clear and buttery and delicious smelling, and just pour it all over the breast and the legs and the wings and make sure everything's covered. Put the foil back on and let it sit until it's just about time to serve, and then you can take the foil off, put it back in the oven for about a half hour at 350, and that will bring the turkey back to full temperature in time for serving, but also to get it to brown. As long as it's covered up like this, it's not going to get brown for you. So those are my tips for a good turkey. I will post pictures and maybe even a video on our Insta tomorrow to let you know how beautiful it turns out and see how successful it was. If you are like my daughter, who is staying up for my cooking tutorial tonight and has never seen a turkey in the flesh, don't be intimidated. It's a doable project and is well worth it. Just like running for assembly is doable, winning our seat is doable, and fighting for us and making sure that the folks in Wisconsin have the health care that they need, that our schools are properly funded, and that families can come together at the dinner table and have enough is so important. Lots of work, kind of intimidating, but we can do it and it's worth fighting for. So have a happy and wonderful Thanksgiving, and thanks for watching.